Let's see if we can get any volume of them saying anything. Okay, the press conference started off a little lackluster, but it heated up. You got Errol Spence saying that he's gonna roll Bud up and smoke him, make him a pack. You have Terence Crawford saying that he's gonna gut the big fish, and because he's such a big fish, he'll be able to feed everybody in the room. So yeah, it got a little dark, but I love it. I love it. We're going to go recap some of that. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. We are streaming on this channel, and clips are going to be, and my post-fight content is going to be uploaded to the main channel. So thank you for your patience over the last several months as we've been going through a transition, but it's here. Let's go full screen. Errol Spence, WBC, WBA, IBF champion versus WBO champion Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford. Fighting July the 29th. In the T-Mobile Arena. People wondering why it's not in a stadium. I remember Steven Espinoza said that the reason why Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis wasn't in the stadium is because the arena or Showtime logistically is not ready to host fights in arenas. That's pretty much what I got from it. And also the arena might not be available. Tickets for this event, it will cost you $800 just to get into the door. The most expensive ticket I've seen was close to ringside.
Thank you, everybody. This is for the undisputed welterweight.
The ticket I seen was close to ringside at $20,000. Wild. We were looking and trying to predict what the pay-per-view price will likely be. I'm thinking, how much was Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia? What was that, $85.99 or $84.99? We're gonna go watch some highlights a little bit, but I won't be surprised if they do $99.99 for this. I won't be surprised if this pay-per-view is $100. But if Ryan Garcia Tank Davis is an even bigger fight at $89.99, then maybe this fight will probably be $85.99, $89.99. I don't know. We might not see 100. We might not see 100 for this. But if you were to ask me, as I talked about earlier, 3 years ago, who I would have been picking, I would have been picking Terence. I would have been picking Errol Spence. But now I am leaning more towards Terence Crawford. I'm talking about like a motherfucking. Let me do a low ass percentage. 55%, 45. Nah, you know what? See, if I didn't know about a lot of the stuff that Errol Spence, and let's talk from a bookie. If I didn't know about a lot of stuff that was going on with Errol Spence outside of the ring, the drinking, public drunkenness on camera, the flipping of the Ferrari, the rumors of the many issues that he's had in camp because of those injuries from being out of his vehicle, the videos that have been leaked or uploaded online of him being inebriated, I'd be like, okay. And Bud kind of took a shot at him during the press conference because of those activities. Here, let's go listen to it. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Let me find that clip.
Yet, you're the Vegas underdog coming into this fight.
Does that motivate you? Does that upset you? Your feelings on that?
Nah, I don't pay attention to it. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, everything I've been through throughout these 2-3 years, I mean, I should be the underdog. But I mean, it is what it is, man. A lot of people become underdog and they end up winning, so that's why it's a bet.
They know what's gonna happen. That's why.
Bud, I want to ask you about that. I loved it on social media. You characterized July 29th as a fish fry. Can you enlighten the people on what you meant by that?
Listen to this dark shit.
And I'm gonna feed them to everybody that eat fish in here. Call yourself the big fish. We're gonna have enough food for everybody.
We'll see. We'll definitely see.
Put some potatoes on the side of it too.
Hey, man, y'all go to ESJ.com, TheTruth.com, and go buy that op pack, man. we gonna roll him up and smoke him in Vegas.
We'll see.
Errol?
We don't smoke over here.
It's legal in Vegas, man. We gonna roll him up and smoke him.
All we do
Hey,
is
man.
fish fillet.
We gonna roll him up and smoke him, man.
We go hunting over here, and best
like I
believe
said,
we hunting you
we
down.
gonna roll him up and smoke this dude.
Errol, you described it on social media as, quote, a one-sided ass whooping. I'm going to punish Terence Crawford.
That's how it always is. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. I mean, he gonna come in with the mentality, and you know it's gonna probably take a few rounds, but and he a stubborn dude. So, but we gonna, like I said, man, everybody get broke. We gonna break him, man. We gonna break him like a horse.
I'm ready.
What are people going to say? Because this fight has been so anticipated. Once it's over, what do you think people are going to say about the fight, and what are they going to say about Bud Crawford?
They're gonna say Bud Crawford is special, and all the people that thought he was gonna do what he say he was gonna do, they're gonna say, "Wow, we was wrong about that kid. He is special. He is great." That's what they're gonna walk away saying. This boy is great. I can assure you that. And he'll give me my respect after the fight. Right now, he in the mode of...
I give you respect now.
No.
I give you respect now.
I'm talking about when I whoop that ass, you gonna really
I give you respect now. I give you respect now.
Damn.
You great right now.
I'm gonna have to do it again. But
Like the rest of them. Simon Hearns, all them dudes are great. Marvin Harris, Durant, all them guys are great, man. But hey, man, sometimes dudes get broke.
And the same question to you, Errol. What are they going to be saying about this fight and about Errol Spence Jr. after July 29th?
How the hell Errol Spence keep breaking these men, these grown ass men?
So here we go. Last question for me, for you guys. Start with you, Big Fish. For the thousands that have packed T-Mobile Arena, for the millions that are going to buy it on Showtime pay-per-view, what can you guarantee these people they're going to get on July 29th?
I guarantee you a great action-packed, old-school type fight. If you've been craving one of those fights from the 70s, 80s, early 90s, you gotta tune into this fight, man. This is a legendary fight. I feel like, you know, belts aside, all that type stuff. I'm talking about, you talk about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. This is the biggest fight in boxing, period. Especially action-packed wise. If you know his mentality, you know my mentality, you already know, man, we going for the victory. But a tough victory. I know he's not gonna try to break. I'm definitely not breaking. So it's gonna be all out war. I think it's gonna be tactical in the first couple of rounds, but as the rounds go on, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to break his will. He's gonna try to break my will, and we both gonna go for the victory. Everybody tune in July 29th. Is gonna be a all-out war, action-packed fight, and you're gonna want to tune in to this fight because this fight is gonna be talked about for decades.
I know I said it, but they were my words. I want your response to that. You believe the winner, pound for pound, best fighter in the world?
The winner of this fight is definitely the best fighter in the world. I mean, pound for pound, that's all, you know, I don't know how they judge that, but everybody know this the best fighter in the world, whoever wins this fight. This creme de la creme, this the best fighter in the world, no questions asked, no nothing. So make sure everybody tune in to this fight.
Bud Crawford, same question to you. For all those thousands of people who will come out to T-Mobile Arena, spend their hard-earned money, buy the pay-per-view on Showtime pay-per-view, what can you guarantee they're going to get on July 29th?
I can guarantee everybody is going to witness something special that night. Errol Spence, he don't like to back up. I'm the type of fighter where you push, I push even harder. You hit me, I want to fight even harder. He got a big heart. I got a big heart. He loved to fight. I love to fight. And it just makes for a great action-packed fight with a lot of, you know, excitement in it. So July 29th is going to be a great night for boxing. I feel like this is definitely a legacy fight and a fight that should be talked about in the whole boxing community, if it's not all through the social medias outlets. But I do believe that this is a old school type fight where, you know, you got all the greats fighting each other. Like I said, in this era, this is the greats fighting each other. So yeah, tune in July 29th, buy the fight if you can't be there.
Love it. All right.
Now, they're going to take a few questions from the media, but literally none of the questions that they take from the media, like you gain no new knowledge. So that's why I'm not going to play them again. But July 29th from the T-Mobile Arena, I'm predicting the pay-per-view is going to be $70, $89.99. I won't be surprised. Tickets, as we were looking at here, let's go look at the tickets here, are outrageous. I'm talking like, listen, to get in the building, $800. Very last seat, nearly, look, $800. This little midsection here from $2,500. Let's see how much this one is. Look, $9,500, $2,500. These are resale tickets. If you look at the blue ones, look, $2,500. Row in the back of it, $4,900. Like, how do you, like, what the fuck? I understand they have like different perks with them and everything. $6,000. Let's go ringside. Whatever tickets are left here. Look. $16,000. Like wild. Like wild. Look. $3,500. But that joint gonna sell out. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You're gonna have Isaac Cruz versus Giovanni Cabrera. I believe it's going to be on the card. I don't know what the other two fights are, but I expect them. They're going to be, you know, action-packed, maybe an A side versus a J side. But lately, Showtime pay-per-view cards have been pretty exciting. Terence Crawford, 39-0 with 30 KOs, 35 years old, last fight. In fact, you know what I want to play? I want to play the clip where Errol Spence was talking about his fight with Kell Brook, and basically they were going at each other about who's going to break whose eye. Here, let me go find this clip for you, because I'm with Errol Spence. Kell Brook was over the hill, you know, like he looked very ghoulish during their weigh-in too. I'll never forget that. I never liked that fight, but if you really think about it, Bud Crawford was being froze out. You know, the division was dominated by PBC fighters. Al Heyman knows this. Errol Spence knows this. Terence Crawford knew it. So he had to fight all the leftovers. And meanwhile, that was making Errol Spence the A side. You can't be mad if he was cleaning up his side of the street before negotiate with Terence Crawford. That's business. But it was kind of unfair, from my opinion, what Terence Crawford had to go through. And basically, in order for him to get the fight, he had to leave his promotional company, and he called Barbarian racist. That was pretty crazy to me.
When I think we want Derek James, same question.
Hold on, I'm trying to find
On the
this clip.
20.
I'm trying to find this clip. Hold on.
Porter that you
Here
couldn't
we are. All right, this is the clip.
as the greatest fighter of emo.
And we're
Definitely
going to go look at the resumes as well.
he wasn't. He was lineal, correction, but he wasn't undisputed. Sorry, Derek. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, Derek James had said that Terence Crawford would be undisputed in another division. And basically, Derek James said, well, Teofimo just did it last week. Teofimo is two-division lineal champion. But Josh Taylor wasn't undisputed. He didn't have, you know, his other three belts, even though he was the man at 140 pounds. And me personally, my personal opinion, because I know this is a hot topic, I don't consider Teofimo undisputed at 135 pounds. That franchise situation, that's not his fault. The WBC was trying to do some sneaky shit with Lomachenko and made him the franchise champion. I don't count that. You know, but that's just me. But some may consider him undisputed in one, and some people in some fucking leprechaun unicorn world may say he's undisputed at 140 because he beat Josh Taylor, who was undisputed but dropped his belts. Just no, not me. No.
You tried it. But yes, once again, I will be the first male boxer to actually capture the welterweight champion in 2 divisions, and that would solidify me as the greatest fighter of this era.
Definitely not, man. I'm not gonna lie, Tyrann got the best matchmakers in the business. You ain't fought nobody, man. You haven't beat anybody undisputed at 140. Who you fought at 135, and who you fought at 147. Even you fought Sean Porter. Even Sean Porter said,
What did I do to Sean Porter that you couldn't
Sean
do?
Porter even said
What
he
did I
did
do to
not
Sean
train like he
Porter
should.
that you
He didn't do the
couldn't
things
do?
that his daddy told him to do. What are you talking about?
sound
Even his daddy
butthurt.
said it. Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt that I got the
Even his
stoppage?
daddy said it.
You butthurt.
Even Kell Brook, he was already broken.
So was he
What are
broken when you
talking
fought
about?
him?
No, he wasn't broken.
How come he
I broke the other eye.
He came off of.
I broke the other eye.
came
Yeah, that's
off
how
a
I got
stoppage.
broke. That's how I got broke.
He came off a stoppage.
What does it matter?
He came off a stoppage, and then he fought you
What does it matter?
months prior.
What does it matter?
So was he broken or not?
No, he
already
wasn't
had-
broken.
that's
No,
a
he wasn't
foul.
broken.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What are you talking about? I had the same surgery he had, and what happened? So what they say about you then? You fight me then?
I'm gonna break that line.
So what they say? So I'm broken then, right?
Well, you broken. You gonna be broken July 29th.
Yeah, we gonna see.
You gonna be broken.
So
Alright, well,
that begs the question,
we're
Errol.
gonna see.
What does a win mean to you specifically on the 29th?
It just mean he's a great fighter. It just mean I broke another great fighter week.
Damn, say he's gonna break his other eye. But yeah, let's go look at the resumes real quick. Let's go look at the resumes. Now, Spence has had the better matchmaking in all of this, in my opinion, because PBC built him from the ground. You see me saying 28-0 with 22 KOs. Both of these fighters are in their primes. Terence Crawford is 35. And Errol Spence is 32, or is he 33 yet? 28-0. 22 KOs. Your Dennis Ugas, Denny Garcia, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia. This is when he really, really came into his own. We all knew why he fought Mikey Garcia. That was to get on pay-per-view and to really get him over the hump. Carlos Ocampo, who me and Big J are going to be talking about shortly. He's fighting Tim Tszyu this weekend. That's going to be on Showtime. Lamont Peterson, Kell Brook, when Kell Brook was still, something, but Kell Brook did get his eye broken. Chris Algieri was still something. He just ran through him. Nice, solid resume, but there has been an inactivity due to, you gotta respect Spence, because one thing he did say is that he was going to make sure that he pushed his team to fight Terence Crawford. And I'm going to die on the hill of, I don't believe that Al Heyman wanted this fight for him at all. But nonetheless, it's here. And I commend Errol Spence for actually sticking to his guns. And when he said, I'm not fighting Keith Thurman, and I'm not saying he may never fight Keith Thurman, but he's not going to fight Keith Thurman before he fights Terence Crawford. Now let's see, Terence Crawford, 39-0 with 30 KOs, 35 years old. David Evanesian, he supposedly made $10 million for that fight, probably bankrupted poor old BLK Prime. Sean Porter, Kell Brook was over the hill. Aglidas Kavalauskas tagged him up a little bit. Mandatory Amir Khan did not like this fight either. Jose Benavidez, I was kind of on it, but Benavidez is not the same Benavidez he used to be. Jeff Horn, he won the belt. Julius Ndangu. Felix Diaz, I was at this fight against Felix Diaz, John Molina, Victor Postol, Hank Lundy, Jerry Jean, Tomas Delorme, and most of this is because Top Ring had to work with what they had to get him fights. I think that PBC played a very good strategic game to freeze Bud out, because now the fight's finally happening, but it's happening on their terms. Doesn't mean that I like the way they did it, as a boxing fan. You dig what I'm saying? So as I was saying, if it wasn't because of the issues that Errol Spence has had outside of the ring, I would have picked him, but I can't pick him to beat them. I can't. He convinced me that it was at least a 50-50 fight with the Ugas win, because I was like, if he beat Ugas, and he broke his face, so he's got 2 face breaks under his belt. You know what I'm saying? We don't know about the guys in his early career, but I'm talking about high-profile fighters. Crazy. And they were talking about a lot of seafood, too. In this joint, fish fries and crawfish boils. Having a lot of fish to make sure we all eat. I was impressed with that. So the winner, it's a 2-fight deal. The loser has something like 30 days to, activate the rematch clause. But let's face it, both of them are going to move up to 154. And that's a weird situation right there, too. Because they'll probably have to run into each other again in another way, depending on how well the first 2 fights go. But I'm expecting for whoever wins, they're going to drop the belts. Probably even before the rematch, just to make sure the other guys, get the undisputed status. Probably drop them, so that the mandatories don't get in the way, because the mandatories been piling up. So I'm going to be here on July the 29th. Please take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. We're going to be jumping into full coverage to this. And remember, I'm going to be streaming on this channel, my TstreeT Uncut channel. And then I'm going to be uploading and posting my content to the main channel, TstreeT Controversy. So things are going to be a little wacky over the next couple of months. But once again, you will be getting the content. With that being said, let me get up out of here. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And I'm going to be starting a Discord chat too. So we can communicate and talk about what's going on during fights. And I will be here working this weekend for the cards that are happening this weekend. In fact, what are the cards this weekend? Let me go check. Who's fighting this weekend? By the way, Munguia, boy, was he lucky. Let me see what the fight. We know we got Tim Tszyu, Ocampo, Caroline Dubois, okay, Fraser Clark, Maurice Walk, ill. Paul Butler's returning. Prograis card. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. Tszyu versus Ocampo. Goodman versus Raisa Salim. And those are the fights that I care about. All right, guys. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.